Here we go.
And welcome back to the second match. So hopefully we go through this part a little bit faster because they decided that they're going to do a pro draft real quick. So you should see the bans go pretty fast and the picks go pretty fast as well.
Yeah,
But
apologies for the late start. Players with champion pool issues around what they own and don't own. Obviously, pro draft alleviates that. So the teams elected to do pro draft. And so they're gonna just fly through this. We're not we haven't seen the picks yet. We don't know what they're gonna do. I imagine when they pick, they're just gonna pick an order because obviously the point of pro draft is not to swap around. So we're just gonna save all the commentary until after the picks are done, because it's there's no point. It's like, okay, we know the top lane matchup, we know the mid lane matchup. We might talk a little bit about the matchups because you'll see them in real time, but it takes some of the flavor out of the draft phase. Part of the interesting thing about draft phase is, what do they take when they take something, that kind of thing. What are you giving up? What are you getting? And so with pro draft, we don't really know because the order is all screwed up. So let's see what the top lane's going. Sion, really safe, reliable champion. Can lane into anything. Illaoi, yep, we're still in Commonwealth, boys. Illaoi's back on the menu. This is sick. Illaoi Gragas, that's a dirty combo. Yeah, we're just gonna fly through this here, I think, guys. So hold on to your butts. Ooh, is this AP? I bet.
AP Malphite is stupid strong again. I don't think it ever actually went away. Malphite's always been strong.
Yeah, but Koreans started playing it in the jungle with Predator, and so that means it's viable now. It's just kind of how it works. I love the Vlad.
Vladimir mid lane. You don't see that a lot actually.
Yeah, it's a weak laner, but it can just take over games. It seems to me like what RWR X3 wants. No, just RWR. Sorry. What RWR wants to do is just take over the game on their own. Illaoi can hit a point where she can 2v1. Vladimir can hit a point where they can 2v1. Gragas is a really safe, reliable jungler
with plenty of CC at that too.
Yeah, a lot of CC. Counters a lot of stuff. The Sion Ori, it seems like Lionheart really wants to just play it safe, get into their power spikes, find a fight in the mid game. We don't know about ADC yet. The bot lane's scaling advantage is kind of mixed, but yeah, bot lanes, it's gonna be very interesting.
And the Caitlyn coming out against.
I wonder if this is Caitlyn Morgana. Oh, Morg was banned. Never mind.
So I'm gonna guess it's gonna be a Caitlyn Nami probably, and that's gonna be another Xayah Rakan combo. I'm guessing.
I would guess that too. It would be insane to me unless
go.
Yep. Wow. Okay. We might have to put out a PSA about Xayah Rakan. So we were talking about this during the break. In my view, and I'm not a bot lane expert by any means, but I'll just say this. In my view, Xayah's like an A tier ADC, but Xayah and Rakan, that Xayah becomes an S tier ADC. It's just absolutely dirty and disgusting. It's so safe and gets so much peel and so powerful with the Rakan there. Teams are going to have to start respecting it, because if we see it go 2-0 or 3-0 this weekend, it just shows that there's a flaw in the way that teams are doing their pick ban if Xayah Rakan is getting through on blue side that often.
I will say though, the Karma is definitely a really good pick into them, especially with the slows and the root and the just the pure damage output. Even though Karma did get a little bit of match, Karma is still a really strong pick, and definitely puts in a little bit more damage that Rakan can.
Yeah, I like the poke lane. It seems like we're seeing some chat commentary around solo queue team comp, and I kind of agree, but there is some synergy here. Karma can speed everybody up, and the Gragas Vladimir running at you fast is going to be really dirty. I expect to see a 4-1 style out of RAR, and Lionheart really needs to leverage their wombo combo with Malphite Ori and Sion's, Rakan Ori, just anything that can match up with the Ori. Ori is such a staple pick. I would encourage any mid laner looking at this now, it's sitting in chat. Like, if there's a champ you could learn that would just you could play for years to come and never feel like, oh, this champ sucks, just learn Ori. You know, she's pretty easy to play. You'll find her really rewarding. She's not the strongest champ in the meta right now, but she's never been really out of the meta. There's always a spot for that ultimate. So just, word to the wise. We got a couple minutes here. Couple things I want to call out is we got 2 Predator jungles likely, and 2 really different styles of bot lanes. Zyra Rakan we saw really pop off last game. Rakan played really well in this first game, and I'm wondering if G3 Ultra can make that happen. So be very interesting to see how this goes. It'll be good to see like the different players on the same champions. And then Caitlyn Karma, you can take over the lane really heavily, but it's all about like poke and trap placements. So it really depends on pressure. Excuse me. Oh my god. It depends on pressure, depends on the jungler. There's so much that goes into that. Vlad and Alawi are going to be really independent, but you got to worry if they're going to overstep and just say, hey, I can 1v5, I can do it on my own. And then you end up with kind of a bad situation there. So what do you think going in? How are you feeling about these compositions? Also, double teleport. We talked about teleport in game 1, so I'm glad to see somebody listens to me.
Yeah. So the double teleport is definitely a good pick because you can put more pressure into different areas in the map, especially with Orianna. She definitely always needs to be in the team fight to help. Vladimir can kind of keep to himself. Doesn't really have to be there. He's really good when it comes to 1v1s, but even having him with a teleport definitely can help out the bot lane even more. But I'm gonna have to say right now, I don't think Sion's gonna have a fun time with that Alawi. Alawi is stupid strong skirmisher right now. If it's my Alawi, it's gonna be a klepto Alawi straight into corrupting potion. And the second she hits level 2 and starts getting her ease out, Sion's not gonna have a fun time at all. Just the damage output and the healing. So he's really gonna have to probably depend on Malphite. But I am interested to see the bot lane. The bot lane has the combo versus just the pure poke, and that is a klepto Alawi.
Yep, klepto. I like grass, but I guess with this type of advantageous lane, klepto makes sense. Really quick while we load up here. Skin to win. I gotta go Zyra Khan again. Those skins are gorgeous, but do you have another opinion?
I didn't even get to see who else who had skins.
There's Arcade Caitlyn. I think it was Mecha Scion. I don't quite remember.
Oh no, that was Lumberjack Scion.
Lumberjack Scion.
I might just give it to the Lumberjack Scion just for the throwback, because that's an OG skin for him. Then you have the combo of Rakan, Malphite not rocking his skin.
We should also start asking teams to flash emotes in the fountain, dude, and we can vote on best emote. I think that would be a really cool thing we could do. First one in Nexus wins. So nothing spicy. Teams are going 5-point again. They're being pretty conservative. They just want to see what's going on.
I mean, technically, all they have to do is touch their own Nexus and say which Nexus they had to go to.
Very true. See, I believe G3 Ultra is actually going to play 2 games in a row here. He's probably the E-sub for Lionheart Gaming. I don't know who the E-sub is for RAR, but we know there was one E-sub on each side.
I didn't get to see who was on the subs. But it is definitely, as we get underway and the minions start heading towards lane, which side do you think is going to have the early game?
I think blue side with the Zyra Khan, but Caitlyn is really strong. It depends on, okay. The early game it's about a couple things, like lane pressure. I think Ori wins pressure-wise, and Alawi wins top lane. And then bot lane, I gotta go Caitlyn and Karma. But this all changes based on the jungler. The thing is, Gragas is such a better level 2, 3, 4 ganker than a Malphite. Malphite's almost like a Nocturne who needs level 6 to do anything. So it really depends, you know, who gets involved early. But if they just play the lane and like if everyone just free farms and does nothing, then it's definitely gonna be the lanes the way we just described.
I am indeed excited as we get this on. Karma is
I really like the level 2
lane.
play here.
Not gonna get the root off. Karma's gonna put herself kind of in a bad position, but the pure poke coming out from that Karma is absolutely disgusting early game.
Completely agree. It's super dominant, and there's really not a lot of options. And they just have to weather this.
Alawi is actually
Scion, there you go.
Hard, but come back to the tentacle heal is gonna make it a little bit more even.
It's not the worst, you know, matchup for Scion, but the problem is the damage is just, it's not bad until it's like level 4 or 5, then it is really bad. It's just, it falls off a cliff. So alright, let's play a game, chat. Who gives up first blood or who gets first blood? Let's do the positive way. You know, who gets first blood? Let's take a vote. I want to see it in chat. Who's gonna get the first kill? Alright, I got one for Alawi.
My vote also has to be on this Alawi, unless right now, Malphite's trying to get his blue buff.
Ezreal's
Like
on the
Gragas is gonna try and go.
Oh, there. Nope, didn't get the steal. You could stay. He could have stayed. I don't know why Gragas didn't fight. I guess you're worried about. No, he had prio. Yeah, Gragas should have stayed and fought that. In my opinion.
Scion not having a good time at all on the top. And there goes first blood.
Oh, that was a big play. Nobody said Xayah, so everyone's wrong. But yeah, so Xayah did the nice auto 2-feather pull. Super, super good.
Oh, and there's mid lane Gragas going in with the flash E going on the Orianna, who's very low on mana, but it should get out. Taking one turret shot, and he is going to be able, or she is going to be able to get out. He's going to push her out of lane, and Vladimir's still going to assist free farm.
Yeah, it's interesting to see how this plays out. The Scion is pretty much I don't know if he can stay here. This is a little worrying. Yeah. He has TP. He should just, you know, do his thing.
Do that Scion thing and make like a jack and get out.
He won't give up the plate. Oh, yeah, the Karma poke is doing wonders. It's super smart. Also, the CS is really not going Sion's way. But we saw this in Season 1. There was a game I specifically remember. I don't know who the players were, so forgive me. But we saw almost this matchup play almost exactly the same way. Sion basically held his own, was able to wave clear like this, maybe even got a kill, and then it just became too much. Alawi was just able to kill him pretty much at will. So you really need to see Gragas, or you really want to see Malphite get up there and answer, because it can get ugly quickly. But yeah, really good props to New Meta Edu for the play there. It was a really nice play to get first blood.
It looks like Malphite and Orianna are coming down to deal with though.
Uh-oh, red side's too extended. This is scary. Oh, and the TP, save it.
I think they could have kept going in on that.
They didn't know where the jungler is. It was good to be respectful. When you see the TP, you gotta be thinking, okay, this Predator Gragas is coming at me. I think they could have gone too, but they didn't know that the Gragas was a little farther. Sorry, what were you saying?
It's actually an electrocute Gragas, not a Predator Gragas. Probably.
Oh, that's very interesting. Good eyes. Yeah, I didn't think it would be anything but Predator, so good call. Oh yeah, Spike Genie on the Alawi. Yep, I remember that. Good memory, Mr. Wards. That was nice. Thank you, chat, for bailing me out once again. So, Gragas should really try to make a play on mid lane here. Vladimir can just all in, and Gragas can all in. But this is like why I would have taken Predator.
Looks like Gragas is just trying to counter jungle right now.
Ooh, yeah, you gotta get out of there. If he hits 6, it's a little scary. Yeah, okay.
Vladimir going in, Rakan not gonna knock him up because he didn't do it full. Not really much else going on. Not much that ain't.
Yeah, everyone's 3-6, so they don't have anything to
really get at her.
Yeah, they don't have all the engage tools. You know, I was waiting for the Gragas barrel. I was waiting for the Con ult, and I was like, oh yeah, they're all. You know, you do what you gotta do.
I gotta give the CS difference a little bit of a props with the top and the bot lane though. But it looks like Gragas isn't coming to the mid lane.
Gigantic
CS. Missing his ultimate, or he's still gonna go down though.
They knew Ori didn't have flash, so they said, hey, let's just throw it so he has to position back. Yeah, it was a fine ult. It's always like, you get question mark pinged in solo queue if you miss, but you get the kill, who cares? It was a zoning ult.
Malphite's Predator in. Is he gonna be able to get the
ult? This is big boy time.
3 flashes.
Yeah, that was worth. 1 for 2 on flashes. Ooh, it was a close one.
Looks like Malphite's gonna answer to the mid lane, or he's not. Malphite's not gonna answer to the mid lane.
Gragas lost his. Gragas got the blue there.
I don't think back in the lane, not much going on there.
You know, I wonder about Alawi counters. We didn't see a lot of them. I wonder if you could play something like Gangplank and still, you know, hang in there versus Alawi and just scale up and use your ultimate to just clear waves and not worry about it.
So
if you can just keep Alawi away from you, this is a crazy fight.
Missing the ult in the mid lane is. No, Vlad's gonna pull.
I don't know if that counts as a miss. He kind of pulled it. But yeah, really, both players were like, I can kill this guy.
Gragas is gonna try and answer to the Ori as well. I think
Ori has flash.
Not gonna get out of there. Oh, never mind. Malphite coming to answer to the Gragas, giving him the ult.
Gragas is dead if he doesn't. Yeah, Gragas is dead here. Oh, that's unfortunate.
Wow. The multiple ultimates.
My God.
And everyone just kind of walks away from it. Orianna almost didn't escape that, but barely with the health regen able to escape the Gragas ult.
Yeah. To me, that's like, if you have Predator and you throw your ult, you win. So, I don't know. Electrocute is fine for the all-in combos, but it's a lot harder to pull off in a pro-style game where everyone is coordinated. Especially when your opponent has, Predator, it makes things a lot more difficult because they can get around the map quicker. So.
Especially when it's a Malphite that can leap about, I think it's 1,000 unit ult, and
yeah, it's 1,000.
Deal a massive amount of damage.
Nice poke. Yeah, the kill in the bot lane is offset by the crazy CS difference. There's actually a 500 gold lead between the ADCs. So it's still Xayah and Rakan can still do some stuff, but it seems like the natural power of Caitlyn with the poke lane is doing some work.
I'm surprised none of the junglers have tried to get that Drake yet. No one's really batted an eye towards it.
Yeah, Drake to me kind of comes from the bot lanes, honestly. Like, you need your ADC to do Drake in a quick fashion, unless you're like Warwick or something.
I'm pretty sure once Gragas hits 6, he's able to solo Drake.
It's still a risky solo, and he does get fairly low, however. That's the issue. It's not that he can't solo it, it's that is it a good idea to
Like coming to answer to
nice
the bot
play.
lane though, ulting onto the Caitlyn. Rakan gonna get it. Both bot lane's gonna lose both players on the blue, and red side's gonna lose the ADC, but Karma answering to the Malphite pretty well.
The poke lane is really coming online. Caitlyn played that super well. She netted, buffering her Q, and then got a net auto, I believe, while Rakan was going for the knockup. So it was extremely clean by Caitlyn. She she did what she needed to do. She got her damage, and then Nami's just going to be a big damage source. That's a not quite. And then there you go. You called it, the Gragas solo Drake.
It was perfect timing. The bot lane fight just happened. Blue was on the bad side of it. Perfect timing with the Drake. Perfect timing.
Ooh,
Alawi though. Alawi just doing what Alawi does and fighting wherever she pleases. Cyan is not having a good time top lane at all.
I believe that plate is still up.
Yes, there is the slightest like millimeter
1 HP
health
sliver. I'm pretty sure it didn't fall. We'll find out really soon though when.
Ooh, Cyan going down.
Yeah, that's just tough. I get you don't want your wave to crash, but it's super concerning now. Now Cyan has to all back to wave in 20 seconds. He's gonna lose a wave anyway.
Gragas getting caught up by the Malphite and Rakan. Ulting them both away. Beautiful ult for Malphite.
Malphite has ult though, yeah.
Beautiful plays on both of them, and now Vladimir needs to get out of there unless he's gonna try to fight both of them.
He can win.
And he's barely not gonna make it out.
Flash? Nope, no flash. Yeah, that was tough. I guess his ult was on cooldown. If his ult was up, he killed both of them. He tried to make a big play, and you have to give props, but it was a little worrying. That's a little concerning. How much gold does he have in inventory? He has 800, so I think maybe he didn't have Sork shoes. I don't know what he bought when he went back, because he definitely had Hex Tech. And yeah, Ilaoi is just probably gonna take over this game via split push.
Bot lane combo is not doing the best as their tower is about a fourth of the health left.
It seems like the theme for RAR at this point is just win lane, win game, and that's kind of what they're doing. They've created a 5,000 gold lead mostly through minions and towers, and it's going to grow because of this tower. I wonder if they decide to lane swap, but they may not because they already got the top tower. Usually the ADC knocks the tower first, and then you swap into top, but yeah, maybe they'll just send the mid and try to deal with this Ori.
Malphite just giving his jungle stars from him right now. And Alawi's damage out. Sion wasting the ultimate back in.
Sion is in a really bad position now.
Malphite ulting in though, getting the
there you go, that's a good burst.
Malphite putting out a massive amount of damage. Sion going down though. Popping
Sion did his
flash
thing.
Vladimir did.
This is a crazy fight. Oh, and the shutdown went on Malphite. Malphite's really big, dude. He's got 3 kills. The bot lane shut up. That was really chaotic. That kind of helps red team. But it remains to be seen. They really need this tower. Oh, nice trap. Yeah, the Xayah and the Rakan need to get involved in the game. It's mostly been the Malphite show, and the poor Sion has been kind of left out to dry.
It just seems that this poke lane just outdoes the combo way too well right now.
Yeah.
Oh, the ultimate coming from Kate or Tom blocking it though. Where was
Yeah,
that ultimate going to?
Gragas with the old school AP into Glacial build, the blue build Gragas. It's one of my favorite builds. It's really fun. Season 4, Season 5, even a little bit in Season 6. But yeah, it's a good build. It's probably not relevant in the modern time. Like Zhonya's is too good of an item and too cheap you should probably go like Predator with blue item into like Zonia's and then, you know, full Magic Pen. But there's still a world where Sheen makes sense. So I'm not hating on the build. I just
Sheen's really good on Gragas, especially with that extra on his W, his barrel slam. It looks like Gragas is gonna try and get the Rift Herald though. I don't know how fast he's gonna be able to do it, but Vladimir is coming out.
Vladimir will come, yeah. And then they can rotate right for Drake because they're gonna have mid prio with this Caitlyn. The Caitlyn has IE plus Zeal. You got half an item on the Xayah. It's this tower's gonna go down.
The tower, they caught the Caitlyn.
Oh, Rakan should have gone in there.
Rakan going in on the Karma though. Karma having to flash out. I'll fight with that ultimate once again.
Nice. They made it work.
Once again.
Really. Yeah, good job on Rakan and Malphite for picking the engage. I thought they could have gotten the Caitlyn if they were a little more quick twitch, you know, but they found their spot.
They had the Caitlyn locked down for a solid second or two. They just couldn't get to her because the Karma was zoning everyone away from her. It looks like blue team is trying to set up for that Drake though. They do have the slight advantage right now.
Yeah, you got to worry about the split push though. Illaoi can just walk straight into them. This could be a huge trap. The lane prio is clearly on red side's favor, and even though they're down in kills,
Gragas collapsing. Blue team getting the Drake. Red team, Gragas going down. Vladimir.
And there's Illaoi. Illaoi's flanking
with the clean up. Sion gone down, and that is going to be Malphite going down next.
Yeah, that was a nice ace. 5 for 1. You have to worry about those kind of situations. Really, it was the lane pressure. Yeah, the back was pretty good on Malphite. It was pretty funny. But yeah, it was just they just didn't have the map state to take that objective. And it was good of Red Team to make them pay. Sorry, do your...
They still had the control ward there, and they didn't, bother clearing that out before they started. So they had vision on the whole thing, and they knew everyone was there as well.
And they knew Illaoi was behind them. They saw Illaoi where she is now, hitting on that bottom tower. So it was just a difficult map position, and they should have just let it go. A Fire Drake is really important. But they gave up a lot. They're almost 10,000 gold down, and they got maybe 1,000 gold worth of Fire Drake for it at this point. So our next Drake coming up is another Fire, so maybe it's not all for naught. You can get a second Fire and then it's worth, but now you have to get to that point in the game. You have to survive long enough for that to be that to be a thing. So
yeah. The real question is, what is the next objective that they're gonna go for? Red side definitely needs to look towards that Baron, but blue side needs to start either worrying about towers or keeping that Baron clear.
I would try to get a pick here if I'm blue side. You have a Malphite Ori. What you want to do is get all this Baron vision that you have secured, kill that pink ward, and then when they go to check and establish vision, you just fly in and kill them. You have to just do something cheeky. Do the old Fnatic Death Rush, Do something that makes them play differently. Because if you let them split like this, it's going to get really ugly really fast. The 1-3-1 is such a good style for this red side composition that I don't think blue side has an answer at all. 4-1 is going to win.
Malphite missing the ultimate and getting all of the HP chunk, but Sion going in the ultimate underneath the tower, getting the double stun, but no one. Ooh, Xayah
that was a good kill by Xayah, but they lost the tower for a kill. It's a little.
And Gragas shopping the Rift Herald finally. Aoi just walking to their base. They got a pick, but they're losing multiple towers at this point.
Yeah, and they might lose the top tower here too because of the Herald still has 2/3 of its HP. Oh, that was a really nice job by Gragas. Nice. Gragas with a nice ultimate
turn.
Oh,
between Xayah and Vlad. Kind of like cleaning up a little bit, saving the top tower. But Illaoi is just gonna go start the jungle, a little bit of buffs.
but now you have a 7 and 2 Vlad, and you have a 500 HP top tower. Yeah, and the jungler's getting starved out. This is a pretty clear, you know, you got a Flame Horizon in the top lane. You almost have a Flame Horizon in the ADCs. It's pretty, we're getting in the one-sided territory. And even though Orianna's farming Valiant, the Vladimir's kills that he got are just overtaking everything. So we'll see how this goes, but to me this is just a matter of time on the red side.
Able to overstand. There she goes with the ultimate, the 3-man ultimate. She's trying to escape though. I don't think she's gonna be able to get out in time. Getting caught out. That was a very
That was a really needed pick, but here they go on the Baron. You need to be, you know, this is the worry when you have that many people dedicated for a kill. So really good macro again by. They could have just sat around and been like, oh, what's going on? But yeah, they I wonder if they TP. I wonder if Sion TP'd here. No, it's too late.
The double TP coming in. They're not gonna be able to answer it in time, as they're just gonna.
They could still catch them on the way out, but
Malphite with the Predator, that's about it. But Malphite getting rooted by the K trap, he's not gonna be able to answer them, especially with the CC that they can put out against him. Malphite just doesn't have the damage.
And now he's slowed with red buff. This is Gragas' time to re-engage.
Oh, there's the ultimate catching up Sion. Sion has to flash out.
Sion should just ult away.
The flash from Karma too to dodge the Sion Q. And it looks like they're just gonna do a 4-man top, and it looks like Alawi's gonna try to go solo. Rakana and Xayah are also heading towards there, but I don't think they're gonna make it.
Well, they see Alawi on the Drake, so. The pressure is so bad though. This is an inhib for red side for sure. There's Baron minions there. This is really risky. I know Drake is really important, but
they are gonna get the Drake, but is allowing answers to one, but not gonna answer the other one. Red team,
yeah.
That's gonna be an inhib, and I don't think Xayah is gonna be able to answer that alone, and they're just gonna be able to push for free.
Yeah, it's at least the inhib. I don't know if it's
maybe
I don't know if it's the game or not. It's pretty close. It could be the game. Xayah might be able to wait for this, but with him, she has an ulti.
Sion's back
she has a Sion, so there could be some damage here. Xayah needs to hurry.
And Xayah goes rooting the Gragas. Gragas ults them away. I don't think Sion's gonna go down for it, but he's still got his undead. The Xayah there goes Xayah to the Vladimir.
It was just a tough situation. Xayah pulled her feathers before, so she ran out of burst after her ult. She was trying to do too much at once, but when you're saving the game on your own, you know, the poor Sion has so little gold. He's just a CC bot. You know, I can appreciate that you're trying to do too much at once, because, you know, you need to get so much done in order to save the game.
It's just, this honestly has come to the point where it's two people got a little too starved. Malphite was able to get him. Sion just hasn't been able to unstarve himself. So. And
I think the macro played a big part in it too. You know, the bot lane didn't get a huge advantage. They farmed really well, and just it looked like all throughout the map, they were able to just consistently get farm onto Caitlyn and Alawi. Where when the mid game happened with Lionheart Esports, they didn't always have people answering with farm. So I think there was a lot of farm that just got left on the map. And RAR put their people in a great position to just take farm at all times. And that's basically an easy way to win, you know. All ABF, man, always be farming. You're gonna have so much more gold, you know. Flame Horizon bot lane, Flame Horizon top lane. It's just, the farm difference here is what's really doing it. We're only 3 kills off, but we're like 11,000 gold, 11,500 gold. That comes from minions. That's all minion gold. And towers.
Minions and the towers, Baron as well gives a pretty good amount of gold off as well. But it looks like they're trying to answer to Alawi, but Alawi is going to be able to put out so much damage. Malphite with the ultimate though.
Malphite had a nice, there's a good wombo with Ahri too. They can still do it. Ahri can kill here.
The perfect
nice Rakan combo.
That just
That was
leaves. But
maybe the throw is real. Who knows? I mean, now, see, here's the danger. I've seen this before. I've seen this happen a lot. You have a lane that's auto pushing now, and so you can't get the red side can't get EXP from top lane. All these blue side minions are gonna die to the red side minions all the time. So there's gonna be this EXP disparity that happens if they don't close. You know, Xayah is already catching up. She was a level down, now she's like half a level down. Rakan is actually ahead of levels to Karma, excuse me. And eventually you're gonna see these solo lanes, especially Orianna, just get so much EXP. She's actually even with Vladimir despite the game state. So if they just keep sending Ori to this lane in the top side to just get the free minions, you're gonna have such a strong late game Ori. She's gonna hit her item spikes. She's 4-4, but you know, she's sitting on 1800 gold. You know, she buys a death cap in like 5 minutes. It can get ugly really quick. So it's definitely not over. The game is actually, now that I look at it again and think about the farm distribution, red side needs to close this in the next like 5 minutes, because the split push is gonna end up biting you in the butt.
As well as these fights are really not going in their favor. Especially with Malphite getting these extremely good picks and ultimate onto multiple people.
Speaking
as well.
of picks.
Speaking of which, and this Malphite getting his HP chunk trying to answer, but Sion's going gonna slam his ultimate into that stray rock in the middle of it.
Really good play from Gragas here.
You got 2 fights going on both sides. Gragas taking out the Rakan, Vlad taking out the Exile.
I think that'll be it.
Blue side's trying, but I don't think they're gonna be able to do much. Taking out their Gragas, taking out the Karma as well. Still able to live, but that just leaves Ori and Malphite to answer to this, but they're not gonna be able to answer this in time.
Yeah.
And that is gonna be
Ori goes down, that'll be it. It was a valiant effort. Malphite played super well, but I think it's gonna come down to resources and just lane matchups. That Alawi is such a difficult lane to play into, and the Caitlyn, the side lanes has such good pressure the whole game. So really well done, really good game by both teams. I'm gonna give MVP to let's look at some stats here. Actually, I'm a little conflicted. I'm gonna go Vladimir because he didn't have the super advantageous situation, and he was actually down in farm for most of the game, and he still got his money and did his damage. So I got to give it to Vladimir in this case. What about you?
Honestly, I gotta give it to the Gragas. He was making really good picks, really good ultimates. Honestly, even if they didn't turn out in their favor, the ultimates were still pretty good and pretty on point. And he definitely was. He was where he needed to be when they needed him as well. Answering to the bot lane or the mid lane, helping them out there and all that. So I got to give it to the Gragas for honestly being a good jungler. I will also give a small shout out to the Malphite. He had also absolute great great ultimates as well, and when it came to answering and just trying to do everything he can, he definitely, I feel like in a couple ways he did a little bit better than Gragas, but I felt like he kind of held on to got too much of the gold in a way, like kind of starved his other players as well. But he still did a really good job. He definitely put his heart into it as much as he could.
Yeah, I thought Malphite played pretty well. It seemed like you need to find a point in the game when you take these disadvantageous situations and flip the script. I think they just waited too long to gank the Alawi as a team, and I think they let these bad laning phases, like not the players played bad, but the the disadvantageous laning phase happened for too long. You have to just if you're in a bad situation, just get away from the situation. It's my view. You know, Alawi had a ton of pressure. Alawi was basically took over the top of the map. But ultimately,
she
I thought
definitely took it over.
I thought that Vladimir just had such a big impact. So
Yeah,
it's my opinion.
Alawi definitely had the top lane in the beginning game. When it came to the late game, dominated the bot lane. When it came to split pushing, they had to send 3 people to answer to her. So she definitely became Alawi in the mid game. But with all that, we're going to prepare and get ready for the final game of the first day, which we are going to have the Monster Mash versus the G3 Reapers. I'm excited for that and ready to see
Dude,
how
the
this
only
turns
team
out.
better than G2 guys, G3. This is gonna be intense.
Yeah, man. Not G1, not G2, but G3, guys. I'm ready and I'm hyped for
It's
this.
one better.
Yeah. So